Review for the test. The test will be tomorrow.
Get it, boys.
Everyone has their study guide. I will tell you that for sure the whole study guide, every question is on there, and then there's also some additional questions. I lost my page. 1 second. Okay, then there are 3 questions on the on one of the graphs where you might need to tell me from on A to B has the greatest velocity, or from B to C has the shortest or least velocity. There's 3 questions like that. Then we have, let's see, questions on, as far as the math questions, let's see, what do we have here? There's only one that you're going to need the calculator, and honestly, it's such simple math, it's like, 40 divided by 10 or something, you know what I mean? It's so simple that you can do it in your head. You won't even have to have a calculator, but I'll have them here if you do. All right, let's go over the questions right quick, and then we'll be ready. All right, so on the test, what do we call the amount of matter in an object? Anybody out loud? Go ahead. Mass. What do we call a measure of how difficult it is to stop a moving object? Momentum. This equals the change in velocity divided by the time for the change to take place. Acceleration. What do we call the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken?
Average speed.
Average speed. This states that the total momentum of objects that collide is the same before and after the collision. The law of conservation of momentum. This equals distance divided by time. Speed. This is speed and direction of a moving object. Velocity. This is a tendency of an object to resist a change in motion. Inertia. This is an object that is slowing down. Negative acceleration. And this equals how far and in what direction an object travels. Say again? Displacement, yes. All right. Then, what is the unit for distance?
km.
It could be m or km for meters or kilometers. What about speed?
M/s.
M/s. It's not going to be miles per hour, okay? Because we're in meters per second. What about the unit for acceleration? M/s squared, correct. What about momentum? Meters per second and a direction, so meters per second east, perhaps. And then what about the unit for mass? kg or g. Okay. Now, you might want to review in your book. I'll tell you the page that it's on. It's in chapter 18. Let me find it here. If you look on page, listen, 532, there is a speed. I don't know why you're talking without permission. Louder than I'm trying to talk. The speed versus time on 532, you need to review that. Again, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 questions over a chart that is similar to that one. If if I were to say, 2 kilometers north, what would that be a measure of? I think that should be displacement, right?
Mhm.
Yes? Okay. What if an object's inertia, what does it depend on? The more or less what makes a difference for the inertia?
Changing motion.
Change in mass, correct? What does momentum depend on? Velocity and what other thing? Mass, very good. We talked about the merry-go-round spinning. What did it do?
Go into energy saving
Oh,
mode.
it keeps doing that. I have no idea why. It just started that. Okay, we talked about the merry-go-round, and because it's constantly changing direction, is it accelerating? Yes, it is. So if it's something that is changing direction, it's accelerating, speeding up, slowing down, or changing direction. That is everything that's on the test. So I'm going to stop the video just so I don't have to make it much longer so they can watch it at home.